Okay, so here I am back after less than 1 day, or about 1 day after posting my last video, which was yesterday. I have decided that I am going to do something different. Okay, I went for several weeks without doing a video, and I thought I'm not going to do this anymore. These aren't working. Nobody wants to listen to these videos. They're making me sick. And then I keep trying to walk away from this channel. So yesterday, all this hate and resentment had built up in me since that situation with Monica. And by the way, Monica ended up unfriending me on Facebook and deleting me and throwing me out of the group, which I'm fucking glad. Okay, she was like drinking poison. Okay, that was the most toxic female I've ever encountered in my life. But the point is, I went too long without making a video, and it all got inside of me. And I was really toxic yesterday. And I do not apologize. But from now on, I have come up with a new format. When I get an idea to do a video, I'm going to do it that day. Right then. If it takes me 35, 40 minutes to an hour, I'm going to do it. I haven't shaved. I look like hell. This video camera makes me look like shit. Okay? I don't know what it is about this video camera. Well, I look like shit, so that's fine. But what I'm going to do from now on, like yesterday, what I did differently was I wrote out a little outline of things I wanted to say, and then I spent 30 minutes to an hour filling in, writing comments in the information section. I wrote out almost maybe 600 words. So after you get through watching this video, come back and look at it maybe an hour or a day later and look at any notes that I may have put in there. So the format is going forward is I'm going to write out bullet points and just kind of speak what comes up. But these videos are going to have a single topic or a single person. And I picked out a single topic based on a comment that was given to me by a woman about 7 days ago on my channel. So that way I'm not going to try to cover all these different topics. So I'll first say that I didn't get to sleep last night till 5 o'clock. I mean, I was so depressed and so suicidal after all the negative feedback I got yesterday. And I want y'all to know, I pay a price. When I do these videos, I pay a price for my hate. I pay a price for every negative thought, every judgment I make toward y'all. I pay the fucking price. I pay the price of guilt, depression, fear. When I hear words like "you're a psycho," I pay the price. But the price is I'm willing to pay. I woke up at 4 o'clock this morning. I didn't go to bed. I didn't get to sleep till 5:30. And then so I slept till about noon. And I said to myself, I'm done with this channel. I'm not going to do this. This is just not what I'm supposed to do. I don't know who I am. I've lost touch with my higher self. But I don't think I really have lost touch with my higher self, because after I got up and had a cup of coffee, all of that's vanished, and I was at peace again about this channel. And I am going to go forward, and I'm sure I'll have doubts again, and y'all can attack all you want, and I guarantee you are not going to match my hatred and my level, because I am comfortable. I am comfortable with my rage. I'm not ashamed of my rage, but you are. Not all of you. There's some very good people on here, but y'all are uncomfortable with rage. You'll do everything you can to keep from feeling it. You'll attack me. You'll do drugs, which most of you are doing, alcohol, fucking women. You'll do many things. But buddy, isn't it amazing a person can't whine and come on and say, hey, my life sucks. I was mistreated, and I was fucking mistreated. So the topic of this video, a comment came from this female named Jenny Lee. I think she may have her title on the YouTube channel Jen, Jenn Lee. And I don't know anything about her. I don't know whether she's white, black. I'm sure she's probably white because she's involved in the Course in Miracles. I've never seen a black person involved in the Course in Miracles. But I'm also getting a lot of flack about talking about the Course in Miracles. But I can just say fuck y'all about that too. Because the Course in Miracles is what fucked me up. I spent 7-8 years of my life involved in that course. And I'm going to talk about it. If you don't like it, go somewhere else. It's really not about the Course in Miracles. It's about the hate and resentment I feel and the help I did not get. So anyhow, this woman, Jenny Lee, she posted a comment on a video that I made, I don't know back around my birthday. On let's see here, on the birthday message of hate and resentment. I had a video called My Birthday Message of Hate and Resentment. I think I posted it on June 25th. So I kind of figured she was a Course in Miracles student because of another comment she made about attack being a call for love. A Course in Miracles student, they're slimy. They're slimy. And for female, they're even more slimy. They sneak in the back door to attack you. They make you think that they're your friends and that they're kind and loving and practicing forgiveness. I promise you they're not. So here's the message that this Jenny Lee posted back, I guess, on June 25th. And she posted another comment, like I said, maybe 7 days ago when I was talking about Monica, and said, oh, you're right, attack is a call for love. Talking about me. So this is what she says. Now, she already knows I hate the Course in Miracles. I've already communicated for 5 years that I hate the Course in Miracles. So what fucking fool or what bitch comes on to another person, me, and says, you have the most profound book in your life, A Course in Miracles. Why would you not practice it? I don't understand. That book could bring you peace and allow you to eventually experience the only love you're really looking for, which is within you. Through the Course's practice of forgiveness, talking about her, I've reached God's love from within me, where the kingdom of heaven is and abides. Looking for love outside ourselves is a futile path, not just for you, but for everyone. We're all looking for love, but in the wrong place, outside of us. Now I'm going to post this on the comment section, in the the information section on my video today, so where you can read this. So this bitch goes on. Let's see. And I'm only speaking from experience, by my practicing the forgiveness of the Course in Miracles speaks about. I've reached a consistent place of love within me, and now I no longer seek for love outside myself. I no longer feel lonely. She no longer feels hate. All the darkness was healed from within by Jesus Christ and my higher self, by my practice of true forgiveness. And if I can do it and reach a place of real love of God within, no longer hate or ever feel lonely, then so can every other human on this earth, since we're all the same. Well, fuck you, honey. We are not all the fucking same. That's the kind of response you get. Here's a woman who already knows I hate the Course in Miracles. So she thinks she's going to soothe me or give me peace or try to help me by rubbing my face in the Course in Miracles and telling me to go back to this profound book that put me in a mental hospital for about 11 times. Several years ago, when I was a young man, I was reading the book Ecclesiastes in the Bible. I think it was Ecclesiastes. And King Solomon said, I once went out into the world and I did a search for wisdom. And I found the following, that 1/10 of 1% of all men are wise. 1/10, but not a single woman. No truer words ever spoken. You cannot have a pussy and possess wisdom. You cannot have a vagina and be wise. Never going to happen. This woman's message to me was a message of attack. It was attack because she knows I'm never going to go back to the Course in Miracles. I'm never going to practice the lessons of forgiveness. And I've communicated several times that I hate Jesus and everybody involved in the Course in Miracles. I've met all the big players like Ken Wapnick and Carol Howe and Robert Perry, and unfortunately this guy named Bert Hotchkiss, and many others. But I'm not going to talk about all that. I'm just going to say that any person that after you tell them you don't like the Course in Miracles or you've been hurt by a therapist, and they suggest, and I've had this happen many times. I've sit down and tell people, I've had terrible experience with therapists, and then after the conversation, well, why don't you go out and see if you can find yourself a good therapist? They always get a great big fuck you from me. So anyhow, this is how the Course in Miracles treats you. So let's get back. What this woman is suggesting, Oh, you can't seek for love outside yourself. Oh, the Course in Miracles is never going to promote. The Course in Miracles is totally against special relationships like love, marriage, sex. But yet, this is weird. Everybody involved in the Course in Miracles. Let's see, Helen Schuckman was the channel. Helen Schuckman was a university professor who channeled the Course in Miracles. She didn't live it, but she channeled it. Well, that's weird. She got married. She found a man. And then we had the publisher of the Course in Miracles, Judy Scutch. She was a woman out in California who actually published it back in the 70s. She divorced her husband at the time during all this. His name was Robert Scutch. I don't know the exact reason. I think the guy was gay. But the bottom line is she divorced him, and then she got another man almost instantly. And the Course in Miracles says, you should never substitute another person for somebody else. So this woman here is telling me not to seek for love outside myself. Ken Wapnick had a wife. One of my most hated people in the Course in Miracles, Robert Perry, he had a wife. I don't know how much money he paid to have one. So this is what the Course in Miracles tells you. Don't seek for love outside yourself. So they shame you if you talk about, hey, I want a girlfriend or I'm lonely. Oh, you're seeking for love outside yourself. Oh, you're never going to find happiness. So that means every fucking one of us, you should give up your relationships and your desire for intimacy. If you have a wife or a husband, I bet this woman here hasn't seen a hard dick in 20 years. And if she has, she didn't know what to do with it. So anyhow, this message from Jenny Lee. You couldn't get her pussy wet in the Pacific Ocean. You could submerge her in the Pacific Ocean, couldn't get her pussy wet. That thing is sewed up so tight. If she took a piss, you'd think you were staring at my Niagara Falls. I feel nothing but hate for this and what you said to me, and I will not honor anything you say. And you as a Course in Miracles student, you deserve all the suffering, and I hope you lose everything in your life and find nothing but sorrow. Once again, you cannot have a pussy and possess wisdom. So like I said, I've met all the big players. Ken Wapnick. I met Ken Wapnick in January of 1987. I called him up on the phone. This is what this PhD, he was about 46 at the time. Columbia University graduate, PhD since 27, and he's written many books, and he's dead now, luckily. And I've seen him 3 times in person. I went to Roscoe, New York. I went to Charlottesville, Virginia. I saw him in Tampa and talked to him on the phone and sent many letters over the years before he died in 2013. So the first time I ever had a conversation with Ken, this is what Ken said to me. Course in Miracles. He's the world's leading expert. I said, Ken, I'm calling you because I need help. I'm 30 years old. I don't have a girlfriend. I'm sexually frustrated. I'm trying to study this course. I want to study this course, but also, I have needs. I want to have a girlfriend. And, I poured my heart out to this fucking stranger. We were on the phone. He's in New York. I'm in Lakeland, Florida. So let me tell you what Mr. PhD says to me, the world's leading expert of forgiveness, the world's leading expert of A Course in Miracles, practicing the lessons of love. Well, Wayne, what a wonderful fucking no, let me start over. Well, Wayne, what a great opportunity for you, in spite of your deprivation, and despite that you're not getting what you want, and despite that you don't have a girlfriend, despite you're frustrated, and despite you can still practice love. You can still show the face of being untouched. You can still show the face to others that even though you don't have what you want in life, you can still be happy. For the next 60 seconds, I called him every motherfucking cocksucking thing I could think of. I cussed him and I yelled at him. I unloaded on him. And then when he realizes his error, I didn't really understand. I didn't understand how much of an investment you had. Oh, you can have a girlfriend anytime. Fuck you, I said. And you think that would have been the end of it. But I pursued a relationship with that man for the next 5 to 6 years, up to 1993. Drove 860 miles to see him in Charlottesville, Virginia, one way. Flew from Lakeland, or Tampa, Florida, and spent to see him in Roscoe, New York. And then I went to Tampa, Florida to see him, and he didn't give me shit. but pain. So regarding this Jenny Lee, fuck you. So, I am brutal because of the brutality shown to me. You see, the people involved in Course in Miracles that say this shit, like this woman, she is in complete fucking denial of her needs. She's, like she said, she even said she was never satisfied in a relationship. Of course, if I had to guess this woman, she's probably fatter than the side of a country barn, but I don't know that. But she failed at relationships, so she wants you to fail. She had the husband. She probably still has a husband now. Most of the women in the Course in Miracles who have husbands, they're sitting in the other room watching TV, drinking beer. They just tolerate these relationships. They have no common, live under the same roof. They don't have any common. They're just too scared to divorce them. So this woman has suck-ass relationships. So you should never follow advice of anybody whose life sucks worse than yours. So this is the world of the Course in Miracles. I've heard this type of answer from hundreds, if not thousands of people in my life. You will never, when you tell somebody in the Course in Miracles what your need is, you will always be shamed and put down and told that you're looking outside yourself for something that will never make you happy. So you're supposed to give up sex and women and relationships and follow the Holy Spirit and Jesus. Well, fuck you again. And fuck every Course in Miracles student and teacher who's watching my video today. Fuck all of you. So what else do I want to talk about here? Like I said, Ken had a wife, Helen had a wife, Bert Hotchkiss had a wife. Now that's, what's her name? The woman I talked about earlier. I can't think of her name right now. So I'll just go ahead and bypass it. So all the big players, Beverly Hutchinson was another big player in the Course in Miracles. She had a husband. They all sought the special relationship when they weren't supposed to. So, the Course in Miracles had this profound statement where it says, when a brother asks for help, now Course Talk calls everybody a brother. It doesn't waste time saying brothers and sisters or male and female. It just uses the word brother to cover everyone. So, when a brother asks for help, the only correct response is to give it. There ain't no fucking person except me who's involved in Course in Miracles or has been involved who's ever tried to help a brother. Ken Wapnick never tried to fucking help me. This woman here never tried to fucking help me. Nobody. You ask anybody in the Course in Miracles, you share your soul with somebody and they will put you down. They will shame you and make you feel sorry for having a fucking dick. Like I said, you couldn't get this woman's pussy wet in the Pacific Ocean. So, what else I'm going to say here? Like I said, last night was a horrible night of guilt and shame after all the attack I did yesterday, but I got over it. And I always do get over it. Let's go on to the next page here. A person in peace. This woman claims, that she's in peace. She's in heaven. And I've mentioned this in other videos, and I don't expect you to remember them all because there's been so many. A person at peace is fucking useless to others. A person whose needs are being met and who are happy and they don't feel fear and stress, and they are fucking useless to you because they don't understand you and they aren't willing to give up their peace to help you. You can't rescue somebody in a fucking burning house unless you're willing to get burned. Nobody in the Course in Miracles is going to risk their peace to help somebody like me, disturbed, upset, angry. They're going to always pretend. Ken Wapnick was the biggest hypocrite ever involved in Course in Miracles. I heard he had $11 million when he died. And that's another reason I hate Jesus. If Jesus would choose him as the representative of Course in Miracles, I don't want a fucking thing to do with you. And like I said, this is not about the Course in Miracles. This is about how I got to where I am, a man filled with hate and rage. Like I said, okay, let's see where else can I go here. I'm just kind of, yes, you goddamn right, I'm blaming the Course in Miracles for what has happened to me. I poured my fucking heart. I used to buy books with my money. I used to buy up 7 or 8 books and go around the churches or Unity Church or people and give away courses, copies of the book to people, thinking I was doing the right thing. And then one day somebody said to something, I don't really want to get involved with the course. I said, why? Because I've seen how you are. They said, they see how I am. course, I wasn't the person I am today, this rage, but I was unhappy, and they saw it. I was lonely. And they saw it, and they saw through that, and that was it, buddy. I threw the last fucking book in the garbage. And so, like I said, you don't bypass rage. This is the big thing that gets me about you people on the channel. Oh, just let it all go, or you don't bypass fucking rage. Rage is down here at the bottom. Some person was talking about jealousy. See, jealousy and rage is not the same thing. Jealousy is a pussy level emotion. Jealousy is way down here, and rage is way up here. It's a great big gap. Rage is when you fail to address the jealousy. There was a time when I was jealous, and I tried to talk about it. And, and a lot of times I got the help when I was a young man, 17, 18, 19. It was around 22 that when I started pursuing women, and I failed, and I could not connect with women, and there was no one to go to. When there was nowhere to go, and there was no one that cared that I was upset about women, that's where all this shit came from. That's where it all started. I'm a man that was beaten by my parents. My mother used to hold me down in the living room, stick a wash rag in my mouth while my dad beat me. And neighbors in the neighborhood in Florida, in Fort Meade, Florida, these men, they would come over and knock on the door because they could hear me yelling 100, 300 yards away down the street. And my dad said, "You get out of here, you fucking sons of bitches. You let me manage my..." And none of these men, my dad was not a man. I mean, they could have easily taken him, but none of them intervened. But I'm not mad at that. I even called the police. My dad was a raving fucking maniac. And you would think that's what I'm angry about. You think I'm the one, and my mother committed suicide. Well, I didn't love my mother, so I don't give a fuck about that. But I got blamed for it. Her brother, my uncle that I dearly loved in the 70s, he blamed me for being a fucking bad son. And all that, coupled by the fact I couldn't get laid, and I couldn't get heard, and tried to tell my friends, all I wanted was common sense. How do I find a woman? How do I date with all these fucking games? And nobody had an answer. The answer was, well, you go out to a bar, have a couple of drinks, and buy her a drink. Don't talk about anything. Don't show no interest in her. Just play like you're not even interested in the pussy. And then somewhere along the way, it just somehow, I guess it happens. No, it didn't. So I became a raving maniac, basically. So let's talk about mental illness. I mean, I'm about to wind this down. Like I said, I'm going to keep this to a simple topic. This is Jenny Lee, this Course in Miracles student. So mental illness is an illness. Mental illness is the only honest illness there is. Okay? It is rooted in honesty. Everything else is an illness of cowards. Cancer is an illness of cowards. Diabetes, overweight, obesity. I can't even say the word, osteoporosis. All the different physical body. Some people taking 20 medications a day. Okay? All these other illnesses, cancer, whatever, leukemia, these are pussy level. So you see, people with mental illness, they are being real. And that's why nobody wants to work with them. And that's why nobody wants to help with them, because nobody knows how. Because the pussy level people that get cancer, they got cancer because they didn't deal with their emotions. They repressed it. They put it down. So whenever they had a negative experience, they didn't try to figure out what was causing the pain. They repressed it. And so that's why you get all these commercials on TV, all these medical commercials about this medicine, that medicine, and hospitals. And they got special cancer hospitals for children and special cancer hospitals for adults, and places to go die when it's time to die. But no one is there for. As a mental illness person, you are treated like a fucking criminal, a motherfucking criminal. You're treated far worse than a criminal. You're branded for life. Even if you go into a hospital voluntarily and you don't get really mistreated, you're still branded for life. That will follow you till the rest of your life. The first time I went to a hospital, I was 24 in 1982, and that has followed me to this day. Even though it was a pleasant experience, the first one was really pleasant. So mental illness is the only honest illness, and that's why I get yelled at, you get cussed, and you get called a fucking loser and a fucking psycho, And one guy on here told me yesterday, you deserve to be locked up in a mental hospital the rest of your life. Well, fuck you too, brother. Well, you ain't my brother. There ain't nobody my brother except those, there's some kind people on this channel. And those of you, okay, I'm neutral with. Let's just put it that way. I may not see you as my brother, but I'm neutral. So I'm going to keep these videos to a single person or single topic. I'm going to talk again about Alan Roger Curry, the biggest. I know I mentioned I liked Alan Roger Curry in videos before. I promise you that's all gone. I have no respect for that man, and I'm glad he's gone. And I'll talk about him again. And I'm going to talk about each and every therapist, not all the therapists, because there's 250 of them. I'm talking about Pacific therapists, my interactions with them. And some guy on here yesterday said, did you ever see the movie The Sixth Sense by Bruce Willis? Bruce Willis played a psychiatrist, and he had a lot of money, and he was famous, and he had a beautiful wife, and he lived in a wonderful home, and he had lots of money, and he was very well loved. And then a deranged patient that he never could help, who he couldn't help and gave up on, and justified that he couldn't help, snuck into his house and shot him and killed him, and Bruce passed over to the other side. Now this person that was commenting to me, trying to pretend that he's my friend, I see my phone ringing. I don't care. I got it on vibration. So what the guy's trying to say, well, of course, he says, of course the bad guy was the guy that shot him. But then he goes on and says that Bruce Willis, the psychiatrist, shouldn't have ever taken the guy on if he wasn't going to help him. Shouldn't have ever get. So whose side are you on? So no, let me tell you who the bad guy is. The bad guy was Bruce Willis, the psychiatrist, who could not help the disturbed patient, who ended up turning the gun on him and killing him. That's the bad guy. Not the guy who pulled the trigger. The bad guy is the therapist, the psychiatrist, the Course in Miracles teacher. You're the bad guy. You're the one that deserves to be put in fucking jail. You're the one that's failing your patients in the court. You're the one that's not helping the people in the world that need help. You criticize me for what I am, and I've tried to seek help 250 therapists over a period of 40 fucking years. You go out and do it, motherfuckers. You go out and do it. You go out and pour your heart out in front of people you don't even know and listen to their sorry ass answers. Tell you, I think you need to go on medication. I don't think I'm the right therapist for you. I think you need to see a man. I know the psychiatrist you need to go see. You go do it. You get off my fucking case for complaining about my life. My life fucking sucks. And I guarantee you most of your lives suck. Most of you are in suck-ass relationships if you have them. As far as this woman here, she ain't worth the time of day. So I didn't make this video for her. I just used her as an example of what goes on in the Course in Miracles. This is how they teach you. They try to tell you to practice love and forgiveness. You cannot share anything that hurts you with somebody in the Course in Miracles and expect to be validated. They will turn it against you. That's what Bert Hotchkiss did to me in 1987. They will fucking turn it against you every time and make you feel like you're the bad guy. You're not the bad guy. I'm not the bad guy. They're the bad guy. The last thing I'm going to say, and I didn't have it written down. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail. Law enforcement officers and military and prisons, what a fucking cop-out. Judges, what a fucking cop-out every one of them are. To put people in jail and spend millions of dollars and not try to help them. You'd rather lock people up, punish them, shame them, give them criminal records. And I was reading this story of this 14-year-old boy, Eric Smith. He was a red-haired, freckled-faced kid. 28 years ago, he was 14. He'd been bullied his whole life. And he shot and killed. I don't remember how he killed him. But he killed this young boy, younger than him. And they threw the book at him. Oh, you evil son of a bitch. 28 years he served. He got out. I don't know how he got out. Completely give up on somebody. Don't even look at his side of the story. And yet a cop can go out and murder a black person, can shoot you 25 times and walk away. And he's called a hero. But not the young kid. 14 years, doesn't even know what the fuck he is at this time of his life. He's not getting any help from his family. No one cares about him being bullied, and he resorts to violence. Oh yeah, he deserved intervention. He deserved help. He didn't get it. So now he's in his 40s. He's out. He'll never recover. Okay? No one will ever forgive him. But they'll forgive that cop that shot your black brother. Some white people get it every now and then. But, if you're black, you stand a chance of getting shot and killed at a far higher rate than any white person. Just for being black. So, I have no respect for law enforcement or people that punish people and put them in jail. And, this because you don't have the resources. Not resources. You don't have the knowledge. You don't have what it takes. You don't want to learn. You just say, well, this person's a psychopath. This person's a borderline personality. This person's antisocial. He can't be helped. Course in Miracles talks about there's no difficulty in the order of miracles. What a fucking lie. Course in Miracles says it's just as easy to heal a person who hears one voice, a madman who hears one voice, as it is a madman who hears 100. That's the Course in Miracles wisdom. Yeah. There ain't nobody in the fucking Course in Miracles community can heal you with any voice. There is not one of them that have healed themselves. And there never will be. They're all hypocrites. They're all liars. And they are enemies of truth. I think I've just about done it. And so this is how it's going to be. I'm going to get the idea. The only thing I promise is I won't sit here butt naked. If I get an idea to do a video, I may not take a shower. I may not dress appropriately. I may not look very good. It's funny. I look terrible. I've lost weight. I weighed 187 pounds 4 months ago. I weigh 171. But I still look fat. I guess I'm not exercising. But, I figure y'all figure out some ways to... There was... to criticize me some more. That's fine. I can deal with it. It hurts like hell. And I want you to know it does hurt like hell. And I pay the fucking price for your comments against me and for my comments against you. But the difference is I will recover and most of you will not. I am comfortable with the hate that I feel. I have made peace with it. I have made peace with who I am and you have not. It's time to go. Like I said, this is how I'm going to do it from now on. One topic at a time. And you may want to come back to this video a day from now or 2 days. And I may have added stuff to it or may not. I pretty well covered everything in this one. But if you look at yesterday's video, the one that I made, and I can't even remember the title right now, you'll see in the information section that I posted maybe 800 words. Not words. Yeah, 800 words. I think in there. Supporting what I had said. And I might do the same here. But I feel pretty empty right now as far as I feel like I've said everything that needs to be said. I'm going to look one more time here. I can only make a video up to 37 minutes with this camera before it splits. I don't want it to do that. So I don't have the software to edit it. So anyhow, don't let anybody tell you that you're looking outside of yourself for love. If you are, you are. They are too. When you go to the Course in Miracles, you're looking outside of yourself. When you go to Jesus, you're looking outside of yourself. As I said yesterday, humanity, man and woman, is absolute proof that God is our enemy and that God is insane to create a race of beings that kill and rape each other. Till next time.